We're in London for Europe's premier high-stakes cash game. Tonight, 8 of the world's best will sit down with at least $100,000 of their own money in this no-limit Texas Hold'em poker game.
I love playing in big games.
The most exciting part about any cash game is the amount of money you can win.
The chance to, to show your skills that really matter is to be a winning poker player.
And with one of the strongest fields ever assembled, our stellar lineup are under pressure to perform in this, Europe's biggest televised cash game.
The reason why I want to play against these guys is because they are the best in the world.
I'm not intimidated by nobody at the table. Nobody intimidates me. I feel like I have something to show them. It's just the nature of my blood.
I don't think you're going to ever find a tougher lineup.
This is the Fulltiltpoker.com $1 million cash game.
Originally from Helsinki, Finland, and known by most in the poker world as Zygmunt, it's Ilari Sahamis. From Toronto, Canada, with nearly $2 million in live tournament winnings, is Peter Apathy Jetten. Just 22 years old, Justin Boosted J. Smith has substantial success in high-stakes short-handed ring games. Tom Dwan, or Durr, he plays poker online in the highest stakes regularly against the best in the world. A British-born player who apparently turned $20 into about $4 million, used to be a paper boy, is Andrew Feldman. Former model and tennis player, Patrick Antonius from Finland, is always one of the most dangerous players in any game. Mike Matisow, Mike the Mouth himself. He has 3 World Series of Poker bracelets and over $7 million in live tournament winnings. And finally in seat 8, it's Phil Ivey. His record speaks for itself. 8 World Series of Poker bracelets, 1 WPT title, and over $13 million in tournament winnings. Welcome along to the Fulltiltpoker.com $1 million cash game. And when it's a cash game, people can come and go as they please. Chris Ferguson going to take his pocket aces and his chips, and he's out. And our new player in is this one. It's Andrew Feldman. He is one of many outstanding internet players to storm the poker world. Apparently turned $20 into $4 million.
Cool.
Phil Ivey has opened this pot for a raise with ace-3 offsuit.
Raise $2,600.
Feldman with over $600,000 in tournament winnings. That's live tournament winnings.
I mean, considering the majority of his play has been online, that's not a bad amount of winnings for tournaments, too. He just started playing tournaments, I think, about a year ago.
First place has like 4,700 points.
This is Feldman's second appearance in the $1 million cash game. In his first appearance, he won. Don't quote me, but I believe he won about $90,000.
Cool. Jack of clubs, first bet.
Jack 4-8,
right.
Rainbow.
Check.
Well, the meta game begins again. Phil Ivey checked. Ziggy bet. Ziggy takes the pot down.
Ilari, some sheets. What's up, buddy?
I want to pot again.
You want a pot? There's hope for me.
Poker being an international game, it's nice to see the international flavor at the table. Got a couple of Finnish players. Got one Brit. We've got a Canadian.
A few Americans, too, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, a couple of Americans there as well. We've got a Texan in the booth.
Raise 2,000.
It's almost like a different country itself.
Yeah, I was going to say it is its own country, that's for sure. This pot open.
Feel free to leave the union anytime you want, buddy.
I wasn't a successionist. Oh, speaking of succeeding, Ziggy's opened this pot with a pair of 2s, and the other side of the spectrum, Justin Smith wakes up with aces. He's going to try to play a much bigger pot, it looks like.
Raise 7,200.
Justin Smith's first 3-bet of the afternoon. Durr not going to play. Feldman going to pass. Antonius going to pass. And it folds around back to Zygmunt.
How much is that?
I think I started with 55.
Now it's a question of implied odds. And when I say implied odds, what exactly am I talking about?
It's not what you can win right this moment. It's what you might win if you hit your hand.
I've started hammering like 50.
And to be honest with you, I don't think Justin Smith's deep enough here. He's looking at 42 back. I think this is a pretty easy fold, but once again, what do I know? Ziggy says, you're wrong, Robert.
Fold schmold. Here's the flop.
4-7.
Queen 7-4, rainbow flop.
Check.
It's a dream flop for aces, isn't it?
Yeah, it's such a dream flop that you almost want to check, but you just can't. There's enough money in there. There's already 16,000 in this pot. Bet about 8,000. Try to get them in there, thinking maybe whatever hand my opponent's holding might be good. But if he bets a big bet, he's certainly going to blow him out.
Remember, Justin Smith 3-bet pre-flop. Would a check on the flop be believable?
Hard to believe a check. Absolutely not. But half the pot, 8,000, it could be a continuation bet. That's what I would have bet.
11,300.
I think that's a little too much. I don't see how he can get Ziggy to call here.
Well, and like you said, I mean, he's not going to like almost every flop out there. And he's forced to muck. And Justin Smith wins himself a smallish pot, but decent sized. 8 of the best seated at this table.
I was just hoping he had ace-king. I heard that pairs are better than ace-king, so that's what I was hoping for.
Raise 2,000.
Zygmunt going to raise it up with the king-jack suited, Kojak.
Cool.
Duan calls. And if spades come, he's going to be in trouble.
Queen 4 of spades versus King Jack of spades. Oh, and speaking of spades,
cool.
This could be the perfect storm developing. Ace-6 of spades for Mike the Mouth.
Here comes 9, deuce, 3 of diamonds. Yeah, no spades out there, not a surprise at all. King 7-4, a couple of clubs. Top pair with Jack Kicker for Zygmunt.
Check.
And Zygmunt's going to play it tricky.
3. Check.
It's a pretty coordinated board to be checking. I think we'll see a little bet now for sure from Zygmunt.
And here is the bet.
7,000.
7,000 from Zygmunt.
Wow. Almost a pot-sized bet.
Cool.
And a call from Tom Duan. Not real sure about that call.
Well, remember, Duan had a pair on the flop, but when checked around, he probably thinks his 4s might be good.
10.
Especially Zygmunt. Zygmunt's the type of player, he's betting anything. He bets when he has a little piece of it. Now he has top pair and he checks it.
25,000.
But he bet pot size, and this time he bet over the pot. I mean, it's the size of the bet, too. It's not just that he bet. He bet a large bet, and that usually means one or the other. A really good hand or a bluff. I think that's why he's trying to disguise the medium strength of his actual hand and maybe get paid off here.
And if you've watched Zygmunt enough, the one thing about him is that his bet sizing is always a little bit unconventional, very unorthodox.
Yeah.
He confuses his opponents like that.
He definitely gets out there and doesn't mind dancing, I'll tell you that.
And of course, Duan knows Ziggy so well. I mean, these guys, countless number of hands online.
They do have a lot of history together, that's for sure. I think that's going into consideration here. Tom Duan knows that Zygmunt is capable of a bluff in this spot. I don't know why, but I think Tom Duan is going to pay this off. I just got a gut feeling.
Cool.
He does
He
call.
does. I thought he was going to pay him off. Wow.
Well, Zygmunt, by doing that unconventional check on the flop, made himself an extra $32,000. In all likelihood, if Zygmunt bets that flop, everybody folds.